Dr. Little, you're right. We're not gonna have a savage run.
Thank you.
Shit on a stick.
We're gonna change the name. We're gonna call it a death race.
Asylum. Only 3 things pop up into your mind when you hear this word. Stupid, or psychiatric ward.
Hello and welcome back to Movies That Suck.
Anyway, I just want you to know where I'm coming from when I say that I hate Asylum films.
I got nothing out of it.
Budgetless pieces of shit.
The Asylum sucks.
So who, what, and how is the Asylum? Let's get to the heart of the issue. What is the similarity between 1993 and 2005? A bookend loss in regaining the majority vote for Japan's Liberal Democratic Party, you say? A little off topic there, Trivia Newton-John. No, I'm talking about a strangely mirrored output from Steven Spielberg, pairing a bestseller-based sci-fi blockbuster with a dark drama you could take your rabbi to, why not? The first of these double whammies resulted in an Oscar sweep and the then biggest opening of all time, facts that probably weren't lost on the marketing executives, who painted the town red in service of War of the Worlds. Meanwhile, a straight-to-video horror company was struggling to stay afloat in the bloody sea of a market oversaturated with titles from Dimension Extreme and Lionsgate. So they tried an experiment. How deliberate it was isn't clear. H.G. Wells was in the public domain, so it's possible 2 production companies independently just decided on an adaptation, but the legacy of their decision was care of soon-to-be-extinct dinosaur Blockbuster Video. They ordered 100,000 copies of the low-budget War of the Worlds, more than any previous release by the company in question, clearly expecting the marketing of the Spielberg film, which stopped just short of actually releasing giant deadly tripods, to prime viewers for rentals. A legend was born. Their success with War of the Worlds started an all-out invasion of what can either be affectionately or vitriolically referred to as mockbusters, movies produced with tiny budgets and the shocking speed necessary to coincide with the big buzz Hollywood variety. At best, a shrewd marketing tactic, at worst, preying on the ill-informed. There's nothing new about piggybacking on a trend, but the audacity of calling your movie Transmorphers or The Day the Earth Stopped, which resulted in an unsuccessful cease and desist, is, well, audacious. As an example, Death Racers is atypical. It's a mockbuster, specifically of the lowbrow Paul Anderson's, let's say, homage to the cult classic Death Race 2000, but unlike the bulk of the Asylum's catalog, it eschews TV-friendly content in favor of the unrated market. Bonus points, it stars the Insane Clown Posse, and what a juxtaposition they make with the Asylum. They're both entities that have a loyal fan base that seems completely mystifying to the average viewer, and they both occupy this vague space where you're never really sure how seriously they're taking themselves.
Show me the neighborhood where a 12-year-old kid doesn't know what a pair of balls are yet.
And spitballing here, both base their entertainment on violent and exploitative subject matter before suddenly introducing a Christian band? Come on, that's just eerie. Death Racer's plot can generously be called twisted, or twisted. WWE's Raven, seen here 6 seconds after a test screening, plays a crazed terrorist named the Reaper who plans to poison America's water supply. He can accomplish this because the Red Zone, an Escape from New York-style open-concept prison, was built directly above it. Yeah, right next to the nuclear launch code and disgruntled survivalist warehouse. America's top brass need a plan, but they wave away military intervention because the military's busy or tired or something. Barring that, plan B is to gather America's most wanted for a televised criminal killfest with free going to the team who racks a televised criminal kill fest with freedom going to the team who racks up the most points and, tangentially, brings the Reaper to justice, maybe. A terrorist is hours away from killing everyone in the country. The solution is not only to advertise his presence to the world by nationally televising their countermeasures, but also by doing so, letting him know exactly what they're planning and doing at all times. If any America deserved to get its ass poisoned, then surely it is this America. So let's meet our teams. A pair of racist Hispanic stereotypes from the Severed Head Gang.
Where the fuck is a taco stand around here, man? It's like telling a Mexican he can't have rice and beans for dinner.
Vaginamite, because the asylum is where you go when Suicide Girls doesn't return your calls.
I don't think these girls are going anywhere near your dick.
2 military types for Team Homeland Security. They're killed off screen in an explosion a short time later, which is too bad because they were the audience mouthpiece.
Everybody shut the hell up!
Finally, ICP, introduced with a cop-out Manson analogy.
ICP became the Charles Manson of their time, not directly responsible for killing anyone, but letting their subversive music guide you.
No, we never personally killed anyone, which is a distinction we need to make for some reason. ICP, incidentally corrupting people. Way to prematurely neuter the aggressively hardcore mise-en-scène, guys.
This is a point system.
The point system is explained along with Battle Royale-style computer chips that blow your head off on a whim. Even though there is a start line and a countdown, this death race is not even a race. I feel I need to recap these rules again. The Reaper is going to kill everyone in the country. What they should have done: kill the Reaper and you go free. What they done? Freedom is earned with 1,000 points based on kills. The Reaper is not worth 1,000 points. In fact, he is worth a paltry 200. By making random criminal kills worth 10 points each, they provide racers with the ability to gain their freedom without ever bothering to go near the Reaper. And I've got an aneurysm. But it's all an unnecessary, complex excuse to shoot a lot of interchangeable carnage anyway. There is no story from now on, just an unending deluge of barely coherent scenes. Including...
Hey, so you USA's wanna fuck with me, huh?
Come here, honey, you wanna taste? Yeah, come on over, don't be nice. Try. Warm, that's good.
Straight the fuck up. You stick your dick up in there, it's gonna fall off your balls, man.
Oh, yeah. Houston, we have a problem. We've got wood. Petrified wood.
The back door is taken care of.
Not yet, baby.
What you want from me?
Your balls.
You, my friend, are a natural-born artiste.
Gotta holler at that boy up there, man. He gave me the talent.
Death Racers was edited by having a succession of cats walk on a keyboard. The number of pointless repetitions, reversed footage, and bizarre juxtapositions create a self-serious Tim and Eric sketch that lasts an hour and a half, to the point where when a software error shows up in the final cut, I have no idea if it was intentional or not. Things reach Japanese proportions when a cyborg straps on a giant metal spike penis and rapes one of the members of Vaginamite with it. Unsurprisingly, ICP is the team to reach the Reaper, but as they're about to save the world, a big explosion signals the surprise return of Homeland Security, who faked their own deaths in order to convolute the plot to primer levels. This also leads to the biggest twist in the movie.
Homeland Security, man. They work for the government. I heard that, man. I heard it.
Homeland Security was working for the government. Hey, M. Night Shyamalan. That is how grown-ups do it. Switching tactics to tug at your heartstrings briefly instead of your gag reflex, Violent J is injured in the explosion and tells Shaggy too dope to go on without him.
Go on without me, brother.
Brother, we're not just a team. We're born sworn brothers today.
I know we're brothers. But it's time for you to be the hero you were meant to be. Do it for us. Do it for the world. Do it for the juggalos.
Never mind, still gag reflex. Having been all for saving the world a few minutes ago, Shaggy shows up as Homeland Security is being rewarded for their efforts and just kind of starts shooting, perhaps forgetting about that old computer chip.
Whoa!
Then, in perhaps the only acceptable finale for the movie, everything just fucking explodes. ICP, Incendiary Conclusion Producers. After having to inhale even the pared-down Death Racer's exhaust for the length of this review, it's a safe bet that if you ever met the director, you would probably want to smack him in the head. But my degree in devil's advocacy begs you to stay your smiting hand. I'll go further than calling Death Racers insignificant, unworthy of scorn, or utterly forgettable, which would all be safe stances. I'm going to say it represents something to strive for. And just like that, all those smiting hands change targets. I know, when something is trying this hard to bitch slap your sensibilities, the knee-jerk reaction is to just roll your eyes and point out that it's not nearly as subversive as it thinks it is. Subversive, no, but entertaining. See, back in my day, actually a couple decades before my day, bad movies used to mean something. Movies cost exponentially more to produce and distribute, so there were more safeguards in play, less risks taken, and when something god-awful did slip through the cracks, the extra investment it represented made it funnier. I'm not saying that the pre-digital age was a utopia of filmmaking, but think of it in relative terms. The boom of first the DVD market and now digital distribution, along with the concurrent rise of the internet and bad movie culture, means companies like the Asylum can actually turn making shit into a profitable marketing strategy. They have never lost money on a movie. Let it sink in. Bad movies are ubiquitous now, and the vast majority are pretty much interchangeable. Yeah, the acting is bad. Yeah, the monster looks fake. Yeah, the girl they coerced into getting topless is like a booby man. Death Racers teaches a valuable lesson to low-budget filmmakers. If you're gonna go stupid, and you probably are, you have to go aggressively stupid. If you're in the mood, it's infinitely more watchable than a sci-fi original because the total flippancy of execution means you literally do not know what to expect. There's no structure or arc or adherence to any genre. None of it feels marred by focus grouping and by-the-minute content calculation. It's just a bunch of violent shit thrown at a big, ugly wall. Well, a dog pees on it. I never call it good or smart or even creative, but it can be novel, and that counts for a lot these days. I've watched a good percentage of the Asylum's catalog, and I'd say I'm pretty jaded to it, but when a big cyborg straps on a giant metal spiked dick and starts raping someone out of the blue, I still have to freak out and scream, there was no relevant thematic context for that at my TV. By this measure, ICP actually counts for a lot. They're in the movie by chance, in fact. The director just happened to know them from some previous film work and asked them to star, but it feels like the whole thing is tailor-made for their involvement, and it elevates the entertainment value enormously. Everyone else is unsurprisingly phoning it in, but they seem so completely unself-conscious about their screen personas that they actually become fascinating to watch. Their performances include such improvised moments as Shaggy casually masturbating an axe hilt, or Violent J matching wits with other teams.
Hey, yeah. Dumb clowns.
That's how your mama laughed last night when I plowed her. But you might not recognize her because I made her shave her back first.
ICP, irredeemably contrived punchlines.
Fucking move, ho. So we're red zone enemy number one.
One. Who? Yeah, get shook.
It's this dash of insanity that elevates Death Racers. Sci-fi originals are like watching a monkey try to prepare a 3-course meal, but Asylum shoots that monkey full of uppers and Viagra. You don't know what that fucking monkey's gonna cook. Probably some sex. Asylum has lots of boring titles, but they also have the budgetary and market freedom to not have to focus group their movie into profitable mediocrity. It means they're capable of greenlighting an ICP vehicle with cyborg rape, rather than another poorly realized Gator Dial versus Alacroc. Flying by the seat of their pants, Asylum allows for the necessary chaos from which the truly, shockingly bad movie can emerge. I'm aware I'm kind of lobbying for this sort of relationship.
You got fucked up. La, la, ba. You got fucked up, didn't you?
But love it or hate it so much you love it, Death Racers is at least capable of sparking something other than apathy, and these days that is a big deal, because holy shit do we love our apathy. If we feel like it. ICP, inadvertently contributing to the proliferation of impeccably chaotic productions to irritate cinephile people but ingratiate consumers of poppycock. There, I'm done.